Israel's journey through the Cold War was written in gunfire. Fighting for survival from day one, the IDF used, captured, copied, and invented weapons that changed the face of modern warfare. The Italian Beretta 1951 was one of the first standardized sidearms of the IDF, chambered in 9mm. Replacing the hodgepodge of pistols from the 1948 war, it gave Israeli forces a reliable and modern semi-automatic pistol. It served as the standard IDF sidearm through much of the 1950s and 1960s before gradually being replaced. Browning High Power. The Belgian Browning High Power in 9mm served alongside the Beretta in Israeli service. Its 13-round magazine gave it a capacity advantage over many contemporaries, and it was used by various IDF units throughout the Cold War period. Reliable and accurate, it remained in service with some Israeli units for decades. Jericho 941. The Jericho 941 was Israel's first domestically produced service pistol, developed by Israel Military Industries and introduced in 1990. Chambered in 9mm and later 40 Smith & Wesson and 45 ACP, it was a modern double-action semi-automatic pistol that reflected Israel's growing domestic arms industry. It entered IDF service just before the end of the Cold War period. Glock 17. The Austrian Glock 17 was adopted by IDF Special Forces in the late 1980s, chambered in 9mm with a 17-round magazine. Its polymer frame made it lighter than traditional metal pistols, and its simplicity and reliability quickly made it a favorite among special operations units. It marked the beginning of the Glock's long relationship with Israeli Special Forces. Glock 19. The compact Glock 19 was adopted alongside the Glock 17 by IDF Special Forces, offering the same reliability in a smaller, more concealable package. Chambered in 9mm with a 15-round magazine, its reduced size made it ideal for undercover and plainclothes operations, a common requirement for Israeli security forces operating in hostile environments. Uzi. The Uzi is one of the most iconic weapons Israel ever produced. Designed by Uzi el-Gal and adopted in 1954, it was chambered in 9mm with a distinctive wraparound bolt design that kept the weapon compact despite a full-length barrel. It became the standard IDF submachine gun and was exported to dozens of countries worldwide, a symbol of Israeli military ingenuity. Mini-Uzi. The Mini-Uzi was a smaller, lighter variant of the original Uzi introduced in 1980. Retaining the same 9mm chambering, it was significantly more compact and better suited for vehicle crews, officers, and special forces who needed firepower without the bulk of the full-size version. Its higher rate of fire made it harder to control but more lethal at close quarters. Micro-Uzi. The Micro-Uzi was the most compact member of the Uzi family, introduced in 1986 and barely larger than a pistol. Chambered in 9mm, it designed for close protection, plainclothes operatives, and special forces requiring an easily concealed automatic weapon. Its extreme rate of fire, over 1,200 rounds per minute, made it formidable in very close quarters. MAC-10, Ingram. The American MAC-10 was used by Israeli Special Forces, chambered in 45 ACP or 9mm. Extremely compact with a devastating rate of fire, it was favored for close-quarters operations before being replaced by more controllable alternatives. Its use by Israeli operators reflected the IDF's pragmatism towards acquiring any weapon that gave them an edge. M19A1. The American M19A1 became the standard IDF service rifle following the shift to American military cooperation after 1967. Chambered in 5.56 NATO, its lighter weight and higher capacity compared to the FAL made it attractive for Israeli infantry. It was used extensively in the Yom Kippur War, the 1982 Lebanon War, and operations throughout the region. CAR-15. The CAR-15, known in Israel as the M16 Qsar or short M16, was widely used by IDF Special Forces, paratroopers, and vehicle crews who needed something more compact than the full-length M16A1. Chambered in 5.56 by 45mm, its collapsible stock and shorter barrel made it highly maneuverable without sacrificing the Galil's renowned reliability. Galil ARM. The Galil ARM was the Israel-developed assault rifle introduced in 1972 in response to lessons learned from the Six-Day War. Chambered in 5.56 by 45mm and heavily influenced by the AK-47's operating mechanism, it was designed specifically for the harsh desert and urban conditions Israeli soldiers faced. Robust and reliable, it became a symbol of Israeli arms manufacturing capability. Galil SAR. The Galil SAR was a shortened carbine variant of the Galil AR, designed for paratroopers, vehicle crews, and special forces who needed a more compact weapon, retaining the same 5.56 by 45 mm chambering. Its folding stock and shorter barrel made it highly maneuverable without sacrificing the Galil's renowned reliability. Galil ARM. The Galil ARM was the light machine gun variant of the Galil family, featuring a bipod and carrying handle. Designed to give infantry squads organic automatic fire support, it was chambered in 5.56 by 45 mm and could accept both standard Galil magazines and larger 50-round magazines. It served as the IDF squad automatic weapon throughout the 1970s and 1980s. AK-47 captured. The Soviet AK-47 was captured in enormous quantities from Arab armies throughout the Arab-Israeli wars, particularly after the Six-Day War in 1967. Rather than simply destroying captured weapons, the IDF put them to use, issuing them to various units and special forces. The AK-47's reliability and widespread ammunition availability made it a practical choice for Israeli operators. AKM captured. The AKM, the modernized variant of the AK-47, was similarly captured in large numbers from Egyptian, Syrian, and Jordanian forces. Like the AK-47, captured AKMs were issued to IDF units and special forces, particularly for covert operations where using Soviet bloc weapons provided plausible deniability or blended in with regional combatants. FN-FAL, IDF variant. The Belgian FN-FAL was the standard IDF battle rifle from the mid-1950s through the 1960s, chambered in 7.62 NATO. Israel adopted it during the period of French and Western European military cooperation, and it saw action in the Suez Crisis and the Six-Day War. Reliable and powerful, it was eventually replaced by the lighter M16 and Galil platforms. M14. The American M14 battle rifle in 7.62 NATO saw limited use in IDF service, valued primarily as a designated marksman's weapon for its accuracy at long range. While never the primary IDF service rifle, it was kept in inventory for specialist roles and later formed the basis for the accurized M21 sniper rifle used by IDF snipers. Bren .303. The British Bren light machine gun in 303 British was used by the IDF in its earliest years, carried over from the pre-state Haganah and Palmach forces that had acquired them during the British Mandate period. Reliable and accurate, it provided early IDF infantry units with squad-level automatic fire support before being replaced by more modern weapons. M1919 Browning. The American M1919 medium machine gun in 30-06 Springfield was used by the IDF in the early Cold War period, mounted primarily on vehicles and in fixed defensive positions. A World War II veteran that IDF acquired from various sources, it provided reliable heavy firepower before being superseded by the FN MAG and M60. FN MAG. The Belgian FN MAG became the IDF's standard general-purpose machine gun from the 1960s onward, chambered in 7.62 NATO. Mounted on infantry bipods, tripods, and vehicles, it provided sustained automatic fire at ranges the lighter Galil ARM could not match. It saw action in every major Israeli conflict from the War of Attrition through the Lebanon War. M60. The American M60 general-purpose machine gun in 7.62 NATO saw limited use in IDF service, nicknamed the Pig, just as it was by American troops. Mounted on vehicles and helicopters, it supplemented the FN MAG in various roles. The IDF's pragmatism towards weaponry meant any effective system could find a place in the inventory. M21 accurized M14. The M21 was an accurized semi-automatic sniper rifle based on the M14, fitted with a telescopic sight and selected for its mechanical accuracy. Used by IDF snipers from the 1970s onward, it gave Israeli marksmen a semi-automatic capability that allowed faster follow-up shots than bolt-action alternatives, particularly valuable in the fast-moving urban and counter-terrorism operations Israel frequently conducted. Galil Sniper, Galatz. The Galil Sniper was a purpose-built semi-automatic sniper rifle developed from the Galil platform and introduced in 1983. Chambered in 7.62 NATO with a heavy barrel and folding stock, it was designed specifically for the IDF's needs, combining the Galil's legendary reliability with the precision required for long-range sniping work. Remington M24. The American Remington M24 bolt-action sniper rifle was adopted by the IDF in 1987, chambered in .762 NATO. Accurate, reliable, and purpose-built for military sniping, it complemented the semi-automatic Galatz by giving Israeli snipers a precision bolt-action option for long-range engagements towards the end of the Cold War period. SR-25. The American SR-25 semi-automatic sniper rifle was adopted by IDF Special Forces around 1990, chambered in .762 NATO. Designed by Eugene Stoner, the creator of the AR-15, it combined AR platform ergonomics with match-grade accuracy. Its adoption by Israeli Special Forces at the very end of the Cold War period reflected the IDF's constant drive for the most capable weapons available.